I have a question about your opinion on the impact of the ATP qualifications, how that was increased up to 1,500, and the effect that it's had on the training pipeline, as well as the strong demand from airlines to have qualified candidates for that.
Sure. I mean, that's, it's certainly been a difficult transition for the entire airline industry. To be clear, the law was passed by Congress that established the ATP requirement for a first officer, and then we promulgated a rule that allowed credit that could be applied against it for military and education to mitigate the impact of the hard 1,500-hour requirement. But it is a very, very significant change, and it is something that Congress intended when they enacted the legislation that forms the basis for that. Now, where it's really being felt is in the regionals, because the regional airlines are the ones that are, in many respects, the farm community for the mainline carriers. And I think that something they're all complaining about, and it is something that we have very limited ability to do anything about because the 1,500 is set in statute. And what our rule deals with is only how do we mitigate the impact of that. Some of the carriers are doing, I think, some interesting things. I talked with one in particular that is identifying promising candidates, and they're actually sponsoring them to obtain flight hours in other parts of the world, with the idea that then they now have a pipeline of people coming here into the U.S. I think it's something that's just going to take a number of years to work its way through the system overall. I know that there are some who would like to get the requirement changed, and in particular, RAA is pushing very hard for that. And we've been clear that if you want to get it changed, you have to get it changed legislatively because we do not have the flexibility to change it.
Aero-TV is brought to you by...
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
The KSN 770 is an affordable, WAS-enabled integrated MFD with a flexible hybrid user interface from Bendix King. Get your fingers on the 770's perfect blend of touchscreen and hard buttons. Easily control your GPS navigation, NavCom, weather, traffic, and terrain in any condition. For more information, go to bendixking.com.